Welcome to Marshall County Watch, our first episode of the new podcast. And we're going to be going over a lot of things that are going on in the community. We're going to be going over, of course, the election that's coming up next month, and where we have a lot of interesting candidates. And we're also going to be talking about church. We're not going to be bashing church, anything like that. What we're going to be doing is talking about why, or try to figure out why are the numbers going down in church, and also some stuff that I don't understand that's going on in church, and maybe some of you guys can enlighten me on it. And also, we got a lot of stuff going on in the community. What's like these plants that's in our community, but then I don't see where they're helping our community. I mean, they don't pay taxes, and it's less than 3% of the people in our district that work there. So I don't understand why they're here if they're not hiring enough and they're not paying taxes. The convenience stores, we're getting truly ripped off by these convenience stores, and we want to dig into that and see what's going on with stuff like that. But also, we're live, so you can give me a call in. You can link in, and we can talk live, and we can talk about it. But on this podcast, there'll be no racial slurs, there'll be no foul language or anything like that, because we're trying to help the community. We're not trying to stir up a whole lot of confusion or anything like that. Everything we do here is to make Marshall County a better county. It's We're going to address corruption and politics in Marshall County. We're going to talk about that, and what we can do as a people to fix what's going on with that and address that. And like I said, anything that you have that you want to bring to the forefront, you're more than welcome to do so. But like I said, we're going to do it with respect, and we're going to, like I said, not use foul language and any racial slurs about anything we do. So if anybody that's on here now, go ahead and get linked in and give me a call, and so we can talk about it. All right, we got 3 people that's linked in. What y'all got for me? Like I said, this is our new test run. I'm going to try to do this every Saturday at 9 o'clock. So let everybody know about the new podcast. We got 3 people linked in, and we need more people linked in, like I said, to talk about what's going on. But since we got 3 people linked in, I'm going to talk a little bit about the conversation I had about church. Okay, I was at a church. Well, I'm not going to call any names, and the pastor was talking about, if you invite a person to a party, hey man, I'm having a party next week, and he said, what time I got to be there? And then he said, if you invite a person to church, they'll say, let me get back with you. Okay, and everybody applauded, and that's true in most cases. But let's dig into the root problem of that. Why is that happening? I can give you a prime example of something just happened. I had a friend of mine that had a horrific accident, and no church came to help at all, not one. I raised a lot of money for this, for the person in the accident, and all the money came from people in the street that don't go to church. Mostly, a lot of people, like I say, you would rarely see in a church unless it was a funeral. Not one penny came from a church. And one of the reasons why that is because churches used to be community based. Now they're based in the community. And I know that kind of sounds like the same thing, but most churches you go to are named after the community that they exist in. And then the thing is, an accident like this would have happened years ago when I was a kid. People back then, they had too much pride. They wouldn't ask for help. But the church would raise funds for those people that in need and would give it to them anyway, whether you want it or not. They would do it for you. Nowadays, money with church and money is one way in and no way out. I mean, it's hard to get a church to help anybody do anything, but they want money from everybody, but they're not going to help anybody. And I've also been to churches where they had a benefit program for a dead person. What does a dead person need money for? The person that had the horrific accident needed some money because they wasn't going to get paid on Friday. They weren't going to get paid the next Friday. So they needed some help. I mean, really needed some help. But what does a dead person need money for? And I've been to different programs where a dead person had a benefit for a dead person. Uh, what is that about? And then also, this was a train wreck coming, and I don't see how nobody. I can't be the only person that's seen it coming. Your parents, grandparents always told you if you can't do for one, don't do for none. And there's always a clique in a church, and cliques been killing church membership for decades. And at one point, my whole family was a member of a church. Now there's only one person out of our family there, and that church was founded by some of my ancestors. I mean, back in the 1800s, and now there's only one person there. But then this person is getting recognized for whatever. We got to help sister so and so do this. Then somebody else in their family, somebody else in their family, somebody else in their family. It's never your family. It's not that family over there. It's not that. It's the same family all the time. People in that family, I guarantee you, will normally say, "Oh, they're just jealous of our family." No, they're not jealous of your family. The thing is when you're a part of something, or you're supposed to be a part of something, but you don't feel a part, then you're gonna separate yourself from that, and you're gonna go somewhere where you do feel a part. So it's not jealousy; it's just I'm not a part, and the pastor's not making me feel a part, or this church family is not making me feel a part for whatever reason. So that's why, and like I said, I don't know why nobody couldn't see this train wreck coming to these churches for decades. I mean, as a kid, I could see that it was favoritism in the church. And then if you got a good pastor, he shouldn't let that happen. He should make sure everybody it feel more than welcome to be there. Because like with this having a benefit program for a dead person, okay, people are going to put money in that because they're going to do that. And then plus they're in church. And so a lot of people just do it because they don't want to be embarrassed and not put money in their pot. But sooner or later, they're going to leave that church because they got people in the church that passed away and they never did anything for me. They never did anything for so-and-so. They never did anything for my mama. And I don't know anything about chickens and hogs, but I know people. And when they feel that they're not a part, they're going to leave. I mean, if you can do that with animals. You got two dogs and you feeding one and not feeding the other one, that other dog gonna leave because he ain't getting fed, he gonna leave. And it ain't no different than church members. If they're not getting fed, they're gonna leave. I mean, they gotta feel the love that everybody else is feeling. And then what is this thing now, this new thing that deacons are getting paid? What getting paid for what? What are they doing to get paid? I'm not understanding. Then I just heard this new phrase, and it fits a lot of churches. They said that somebody is demon possessed, or they got this new thing now that the church is deacon possessed. The church is possessed by deacons. I mean, that's true because I know a lot of churches where the deacons feel like they own the church. I mean, we raised a lot of money last week, brother so and so. I mean, what are we gonna do with it? Don't you worry about that. That's church business. That's church business. Don't worry about that. What do you mean? If I'm a member, it's my business. I'm part of the church, so that's my business. So when did the church become a secret society amongst the deacons? I mean, it should be an open forum. We should know what's going on in our churches. It shouldn't be that's church business. I could see if you did that to a non-member, but a member, like I said, church shouldn't be a secret society. But if I'm going down, barking down the wrong or up the wrong tree, somebody go ahead and chime in now and let me know where I'm going wrong or what's your opinion on that. Because I'm not afraid of being wrong because this whole podcast is to enlighten everybody of what's going on. Now I'm going to change a little bit and talk about some other stuff we had going on because I didn't know when I first moved back here. When I left here 30 years ago, The supervisor had all power in his hand. But now it's not like that because now they got it broken down to this district, that district, and then that supervisor has to get other supervisors, convince them to come on board with him to get stuff done in his district. Uh, roads, supervisors do a lot more than roads, and I found that out. He does a whole lot more than that. And now he really doesn't do the roads. We got a road supervisor that your district supervisor can talk to the road supervisor and get different things done. And then your driveway, they can only do 15 feet of your drive from the main road up your driveway. They can do 15 feet. I know that you pay taxes and your tax money. Your tax money doesn't pay for them to pave your private driveway. You can do 15 feet of your driveway, which I didn't know that before I start following closely with Marshall County uh, politics. Um, Also, it's just like somebody called me about a tree that fell on a house next to H.W. Byers. And I talked to the supervisors about that. And they said, well, we would love to do something like that, but the law won't allow us because that's just a lawsuit waiting to happen. That tree fell on that house. If we go up there and start messing with that tree and it do more damage, then we're liable for it. And plus, we can't go on private property and do stuff like that. Now, like I said, I understand that you are a taxpayer, but your taxes don't pay for that to do private work like that. Now we got some other issues. We got a community over here on Casey Road, over behind the little store. That whole entire community needs to be repaved. I've posted before about that. There's no way you should be driving through your neighborhood on a paved road, and when it rains, it's no different than a dirt road or a mud road. I mean, it's actually mud coming through the pavement, and the supervisor of in that district has not brought it up, has not talked about it, has not did anything whatsoever to address that community, and that's a shame. I mean, because like I said, I've brought it up several times. I've even posted about it, and absolutely nothing has happened. When the tornadoes came through in Slayton, the supervisor there, nobody seen that guy in certain communities. But he was up in Slayton at the church up there, eating some of the food that was provided for the victims. But he wasn't a victim of that. But why are you up there eating food? They need you out here. I mean, trying to help them. But he wasn't. He was nowhere to be seen. So I mean, that's a tragedy in itself, along with what else they had going on. Then appointments. I think anybody appointed into a political position is wrong. I think that's wrong because my thing is you're getting appointed the power to the people or the power to the politicians because you this guy goes to jail for whatever reason and you appoint somebody in there. You just appoint them in there. Okay, I may not want that guy in there. Why we can't vote who we want to be in there instead of you just appointing somebody? Because are we being represented or are we being ruled over? I mean, that's my thing. Are we being ruled over? And that's what I feel about appointments. If a position is open, then we should have a special election and vote that person in. But per my understanding in Mississippi law, and I don't know if it's just in Mississippi, that's the way the system is set up, that they appoint somebody into that position. Now with the school board position, now there's another appointed position. All of a sudden, we appoint people in these positions. I don't know what we can do. but I think we need to have a conversation about it because I don't think we as a people want to be ruled over. So we don't want anybody appointed over us. We want to elect who we want to represent us, not rule over us. But like I said, there's a lot of other subjects that you guys got on your mind that, hey, chime in. Let's talk about it. If you have anything to say about anything I just talked about, I mean, let's do that. Chime in. Let's talk about it. Because, like I said, this is for us to get a better understanding of what we got going on in the community, what we don't have going on in the community, what we need to have going on in the community. And Pat, I 100%, like I said, what I'm saying, if I'm wrong, let me know, and you agree. So, I mean, it's something we need to talk about. Jagger, it's something we need to talk about. I mean, let everybody know. This is what I'm trying to do. Every Saturday morning at 9:00. Hold on, let me talk to my producer. 9:00, right? Every morning at 9:00, every Saturday morning at 9:00. This is our practice run right here. But every Saturday morning at 9:00, we're gonna have a live podcast so people can come in and talk about what was going on. And do anybody out there now want to call in? We can talk now about it. I mean, if you got some ideas for me, please let me know what's going on, what we need to talk about, and let's get into it. And like I said, every Saturday morning, let people know every Saturday morning we got an open forum, live podcast, Marshall County Watch. We're watching out for you. So we can put anything out there that can help you, let us know. And then I also got a plug. This broadcast is being brought to you by Lewis Plumbing. If you got a problem with your drain, call the main, Lewis Scott at Scott Plumbing, and he's going to get you fixed up. And we also got another sponsor, Selden Construction, John Selden. If you got something you need, construction need, you need done, if you got a septic tank that's going in, or you got problems with your septic tank or your treatment system, call Selden Plumbing. Not plumbing, I'm sorry. Selden Construction and septic tank, and then they'll get you fixed up. And hopefully we'll have some more sponsors of this program. And if you want to sponsor this program, please get in contact with me, Marshall County Watch, watching out for you, and we'll get you plugged in. And anybody else have any other questions, any comments, anything that we need to talk about, and we can get it out there. Some people tell me that, well, you know, these people don't want to work and they won't do this, and they come and work a little while and they quit. And I understand it, and all that's true. But we still cannot get around that these companies are not paying taxes. Look, Amazon got a 7-year tax break. And I think some other company, I'm not sure which one it was, got a 10-year. And then, well, they're going to start paying after that. What a lot of these companies do, all the money they done saved over 7 to 10 years will pay for that plant over there. Will more than pay for that plant over there. So if we don't get another tax break, we'll just pack up and leave, and let's leave that building there. It's not going to cost us anything because the money y'all done saved us, we can go buy another one somewhere else. So you guys either give us another tax break or we're out of here. So that's why I think we should have them to pay now. No, I haven't thought about running for office. People have told me I should run for office, but I never really just thought about that. And then if I ran for office, what office would I run for? Would I run for supervisor? I don't think Johnny Walker appreciate that. He wouldn't want me to run for office for his spot. But that's a spot people been telling me I should run for. And then we got in District 1, we've got Michael Perkins. Michael Perkins is a strong runner against Red Glover. And then we also have, who is it in District, is it District 4? We've got Terry Rogers. Now he's got Ray Woods up against him. Now I don't know a lot, or I don't know anything. Let me keep it clean and keep it fair and keep it honest. I don't know anything about Ray Woods. I've heard some stuff about Ray Woods. It wasn't all good, but I heard about him. But then what I can say about Terry Rogers is running on cruise control. Because Keith Taylor, before he went to jail, this guy, he may have been a criminal. Well, I'm still in weak, but he's got by hell you're running on cruise control. He's got him running on cruise control. And so Terry Rogers is really not doing anything except for buying time. And so I don't know. My grades come out this month. I'm going to give all the supervisors a grade and what they did during the year. I got one candidate I don't think I can honestly give him a grade because he only been in there, and that's Red Glover, because Red Glover been in there for a couple of months. And just like I said with Terry Rogers running on cruise control because right now he's running on everything that Keith Taylor did before he got locked up. And then Charles Terry, when he became mayor, District 1 is pretty much running on what he did before he left. So I don't think it'll be fair for me to give Red a grade either way, because I can't give him a bad grade and I can't give him an excellent grade because because my grades are for the year. They're not for a month. Hello, Amber. How you doing? And then that's my first cousin, Amber. She's saying hello. And Jackie, Supervisor, District 2. We got a while. I may change my mind between now and then. I may just change my mind between now and then. Amber, tell your grandmama I said hello. And who else? The mayor. The new mayor, Mayor Gibson came to the board and she asked, and I was in this meeting, she had secured money to improve a lot of stuff in Holly Springs. She didn't have the equipment to do it, but she had the money. So she came to the board and asked at the time, Charles Terry for some help. I don't think we could do that. We got our own stuff, going on. But at the time, the equipment she needed was sitting there in the parking lot getting rusty. And then she didn't get the help. And then when he won the election, he comes to the board and asks for the same help that he denied Mayor Gibson. Now, what is that about? The same help. So Mayor Gibson didn't take that money with her. So that money still has to be sitting there for the next mayor, the incumbent. So when the next mayor comes in, what's he going to use the money Mayor Gibson got to do the same thing that she was trying to do, that he denied her help for, that now he's asking the board for help? Ain't that something? Now, don't get caught up in this trap either with the electric company. They're trying to, it's been told that they're trying to sell the electric company. Okay, let me tell you what's going to happen. Mayor Gibson got beat up because of the electric company. That's mainly why she lost the re-election, because of the electric company. The lights are off all the time. So now the powers that be are trying to sell the electric company. Okay, when they sell the electric company, your problems are going to be still the same. But Mayor Terry, Charles Terry, his problems will go away because now he can say, we don't have the city don't have nothing to do with the power company no more. That's it. It don't have nothing to do with it. So that fixes his problem because you can't complain to him, but your problems will remain the same. So watch out when they try and tell you and convince you, hey, selling the electric company is going to be a good idea. Not for you. It's going to be for the mayor and the mayor only. What other question do y'all have for me that I can answer for you? Because like I said, we got a long laundry list of stuff to talk about. I'm just going to be on here for a short time today because, like I said, this is my test run. But all that stuff, the baggage we just got out, that's just the tip of the iceberg of stuff we got to talk about of what's going on in our community. But make sure you tell everybody that on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, I'll be back on here and we can talk. And you also you can type in like you've been doing now, but you also can go live with me too. If you want to talk live with me, we can go live and you can be on here with me too. But a lot of people understand, hey, I don't want to show my face or I don't want to get involved. Well, can't nobody see who's calling, texting me or whatever, only me. I will have guests. I will have guests. Matter of fact, I got to get with the radio station. And I already talked to them a little bit. Can do whenever ever I have guests, I can go ahead and do it at the radio station, which that's going to be good because we'll have a central place to meet up, and I'll have live guests. I got a couple of candidates. A couple of candidates talked to me about doing a debate, but then one of the candidates don't want to have a debate. But I got two others. They're gonna have a Q. They want to have a Q&A. So I got to get with those guys, and hopefully we can have a live Q&A about the upcoming election. We need to do it quick because, I mean, the month is almost halfway gone now. So I need to do it quick and get those people on here. And I'll be calling them next week and see can we get something arranged so we can have that Q&A. And send me some questions to ask these people. What stuff y'all want to know that they're going to do for Holly Springs? This is District 1. Let me know what you want me to ask these candidates about what they're going to do for the city of Holly Springs. In the election in Byhalia, send me some questions. What you want me to ask? If I can get Terry Rogers or I can get Ray Woods, if I can get them on for a Q&A. I'm pretty sure I can get District 1, Holly Springs. I'm pretty sure I can get a couple of those people on. But Terry Rogers and Ray Woods, I'm not so sure if I can get them on. I think Terry Rogers pretty much think he got everything sold up, so he's probably not going to want to do it. And like I said, Ray Woods, I don't know him. I haven't heard a lot about him, but the stuff I did wasn't so great. So, and then hopefully I can get Twan over at the Oak Palace to come on and sponsor me and come on too. Try to get him on here to talk about different things that's going on. And want to send shout out to the Oak Palace because they've been good to me. And hopefully when they got stuff going on, they'll let me know and I'll definitely put it out there to you guys. I don't know for sure, but I've heard that the sheriff is going to call it quits after this. I don't know who else can we get to step up and be the sheriff. Who's a good candidate for that? Like I said, don't quote me on that, but that's what I've heard through the grapevine that Kenny was gonna go ahead and hang his gun and badge it up after this one. So I don't know who's a good candidate for that. I think that's pretty much. I think we did pretty good. We done did our 30 minutes on the test. And let me tell, are we gonna do a test tomorrow? We'll do another 30 minutes test tomorrow and let everybody know. Tell me what you think. I mean, you can go on my regular Facebook page and tell me what you think, but tell everybody about it. And I'll have another test tomorrow at the same time. We'll do another test on it. Thank you. Love you. And we're out.